Happy day, YouTube. My name is John, and this is my channel, The Intermancer. I've been building a genetic algorithm framework I call Gaia F. And today is exciting because I've been working on the UI, I've been working on getting my UI a little bit more polished and getting it to communicate with my backend. Today is where it might already be hooked up because I've been using AI to do it, but today is where I click the Start Experiment button on the UI on the front end, and I see where that takes me and see if it actually starts the experiment on the back end and see if we have any errors. So let's just go ahead and get to it. Then let's first check the terminal, make sure that the front end is running. Reload this. Load up the back end. Oh, the back end is running. Front end was running. All right. Make sure that's good. Can the experiment go? All right, let's click the button, see what happens. Experiment running. Okay. Surprised it's not already done. Okay, let's see what the endpoint is for that status. What is it? $80.80. Let's see, what is... I'm looking for what the base... Okay. Maybe it's not actually running. Gaia F. Gaia F. Experiment status. Okay, Gaia-F. So first off, I want to see where I configured that base web context for the URL. Then I need to figure out how to enable the actuator mappings. And then I need to get this status to update as it goes. So first thing, let's ask, where am I setting the base? Oh, I think as I asked the question, I answered it in my head. Build.gradle. All right, I just added more tokens, so let's go ahead and just restart IntelliJ. No, just IntelliJ. Okay, where am I setting the root context for the backend URL to Gaia F? While it's doing that, I'll poke around in the code, see if I can figure it out. One web config. Application. Okay, of course. Okay, that's good. How do I turn on all of the actuator endpoints? When I tried localhost 8080 Gaia F actuator mappings, I got a 404. Okay, so let's do this. Build.gradle. Web. Okay, so that should just add one line. And application.yaml. Add an empty line here. Okay. Rebuilding. Okay. Now let's see if that works. There we go. All the actuator stuff. Experiment. All right, so all that was pretty easy. Let's go ahead and commit. Actuator endpoints. What are the warnings? Why is IntelliJ telling me in okay. There we go. Okay, now let's do a new chat. When let's start, go to that file. Experiment cycle. Status view. And I click on start experiment. The status panel should stay updated and change to, let's see, no experiment running once the current experiment is over. Update user interface.md to include this requirement. Apply that, accept that, Now apply that change to experiment status view. Well, that's a lot of tokens. It gave me all the changes and then gave me the complete file. Accept all of that. This should, I saw this flash, so it's updated. Huh. Okay. So, the first thing to note is that we don't seem to be doing that communication. Does not seem to be actually starting the experiment when the start experiment button is clicked. Still in the problem. Okay, so it just calls the method from the parent. Okay. Okay, apply these snippets. So now let's see. Reload from the beginning, go to experiment. All right. So it did 100 cycles. Quickly. And it did a replacement. Okay. So that's a win. So since I've got a big win, I should probably stop the video here. And on the next video, I will update this status panel right here so that the current count, cycle count, is being updated, and the number, all the status is given and everything there. And I will also up this default cycle count. But that's it for now. Thank you for your time.